fundamental method of controlling the movement and maneuver of the rifle squad is the employment of a base unit. The squad leader should designate a base unit that will always be the squad's base of fire. This base unit is used by the squad leader to control the squad's direction, position, and rate of movement. The first principle we will talk about today is fire and maneuver. As a squad leader, it is your job to find opportunities to conduct fire and maneuver on the enemy. Fire and maneuver can be accomplished by using your base unit to establish your base of fire and ordering your maneuver element to find an advantageous position on the flank of the enemy. The key to fire and maneuver is to move your maneuver element to an alternate position while using available cover and concealment so that the enemy is unaware of their position. Once your maneuver element has made it to the assault position, they will conduct any final checks before making their assault through the objective and clearing out any hostile enemies in the area. It is imperative that your maneuver element uses cover and concealment so they are not spotted by the enemy. Being spotted too early could end up with them being engaged and killed before they're ready to make their assault onto the objective. The second principle we will talk about today is fire and movement. Fire movement is when a squad conducts a frontal assault by establishing a base of fire and, on the command of the squad leader, one team will move forward towards the enemy into their designated assault position. This forward team then becomes the assault element, and they would be responsible for assaulting through the enemy once they're set in their assault position and final checks have been completed. Once the forward team begins their assault, the base of fire element should shift fire or cease fire as necessary. Now that we understand our two squad operation principles, how do we know when to use them once our squad meets the enemy? Let's take a look at a scenario to better help our understanding of when to use either principle. Your squad has been tasked with investigating a radio tower believed to be seized by insurgents. Upon arriving at the radio tower, your base unit spotted enemy, took cover, and established a base of fire. In this scenario, would you use fire movement or fire maneuver? To make this determination, we should first look at the terrain surrounding the enemy location. On the right-hand side, we see a downward slope from the radio tower. While the right-hand side does provide foliage cover up to the objective, it is not nearly dense enough to hide our maneuver team's movement towards the objective. The left-hand side, however, has a slight elevation increase before the hill begins to decline. This would provide excellent concealment for our maneuver team while they move to their assault position on the flank of the enemy. Because our base of fire team is relatively the same elevation as the objective and there's little cover in front of us towards the objective, I would not recommend using fire movement onto this objective. This next scenario will be a clip of me leading my squad through an assault onto an enemy bunker using the fire and movement principle. You will notice that I send my base unit in front to set up a base of fire first, and once their base of fire is set, I lead my maneuver element to an assault position, and then we conduct our final assault onto the bunker itself. While it is not recommended the squad leader follows the maneuver element, in this certain scenario, my maneuver element was myself and two other individuals. Alright, red team, you're going to go left. You're going to continue southwest through this tree line. Blue team's going to, when you guys get engaged, blue team's going to cut west.
Copy that. We're moving
Alright,
out.
roger.
On you, Jewel. Red team, on me. Follow me. Going southwest.
I got eyes on an enemy MG 240 in the field, in the open.
240 in the open.
If you stand right where I am, you can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You can't see it from where you are.
Alright, blue team on me.
You see it? It's like a little yellow thing.
Sneaker, you with me? Hey, Sneaky, we're going right.
Yeah, I'm coming up on your position now.
Engaged by an HMG.
Blue team's pushing up on the right. Fucking see it, man. Sneaky, you got nades?
I've arrived at blue team just to get pinned down.
Juice is Sneaky back there? Hey, blue team, come to me. Come to me. Blue team, come to me. Red team, how are you doing?
We're advancing through the smokes, getting closer.
Roger. Sound like we got another AA gun to the south, southeast. Friendlies are outside the bunker. As you can see, my base element was able to suppress the enemy long enough for me and my maneuver element to make it to the bunker. The bunker was later fragged by my maneuver element and ultimately cleared out, allowing my squad to be the base of fire for our platoon as I assaulted through to the plantation. If you want to see all of this live, please subscribe so you don't miss a second of the action. I hope this was informational, you enjoyed the video, and if you have any suggestions on what I should do next, drop it down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bunker.
This goes down.
Doc, we're gonna need your help on the bunker. We got one guy down.
West is down.